chicken liver. Most of you are offended, you're turned off by it and stuff like that. It is because your mommy didn't do it correct. Yeah. No, I'm only joking. Yo, chicken liver is one of my favorite things to eat, and we're just gonna do it sort of a quick stew version of it. Yeah, this is a take on how my mommy would make it, but a little with my own personalized takes. So I have 1.5 pounds of chicken livers in here, and you can see it's cut up maybe in about 1-inch pieces. I'm gonna add some fresh ground black pepper to that. Then I'm gonna hit that with some salt, and later on we'll adjust the salt if we wanted to. I've got Caribbean green seasoning. Full list of ingredients and everything else will be at caribbeanpot.com in the next day or two. Tomato ketchup. Yeah, you want that little acidity, you want that little sweetness as well too. Just follow along, don't question it too much. Uncle Chris will not lead all you astray. And I've got some mushroom soy sauce. Typically, mommy would put a little bit of browning in there, that Caribbean browning. I don't have Caribbean browning, so this is why I'm using some soy sauce, and any dark soy sauce would work. I just find that the mushroom soy sauce packs a little bit more flavor. One thing I must mention is that soy sauce that you use in there, and if you wanted to put a little touch of sesame oil, you can do that as well. It will have a sodium element to it, so be mindful of that when you're adding the salt. And Caribbean green seasoning, if you're new to Caribbean cooking, is just a blend or a puree of all the herbs we like using in our meals and our dishes and preparing our dishes. And you know, this doesn't need to marinate for long, maybe about 5 minutes or so, and then that's all you need, you know. You got salt, black pepper, Caribbean green seasoning, and that soy sauce. Very, very simple. In my saucepan here, I've got a tablespoon and a half of olive oil. To that, I'm gonna add half of a small onion diced up, and this here is just a sort of foundational building blocks for flavor. Yeah, so what we want to do is give that a little stir, and then what I have is a medium tomato that I diced up. If you wanted to marinate the liver with the onion and the tomato, you can certainly do that. I just find that breaking it down here and helping to create that base of flavor, it just makes things a lot, it just makes sense. Yeah, I'm going to turn my heat down to medium low, and I'm going to let that sort of break down and soften up and thing like thing. As the fun happens in the saucepan there, I've got a couple cloves of garlic that I want to get in there. And remember, the heat is somewhat low, so we're not going to burn the garlic. If we burn that garlic, it's going to take on a different flavor altogether, and we're not trying to have burnt garlic, yeah? So that garlic goes in there. Hit that another quick little stir, and I just want that to sort of soften up and break down a bit. It's been about 4.5 minutes, and you see the tomato is starting to fall apart, and that is some lovely San Marzano. Well, any tomato will work, but straight out of my garden. The onion is nice and soft and translucent, bring out that sweetness in everything. It is at this point that I'm gonna add the liver to the pot. We're gonna turn up the heat a bit, and we're gonna hit that to stir. I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons of water in the same bowl where we marinated the livers in, just to pull out all of the remnants of that. And chicken liver is one of them things, it's a personal thing when it comes to the how long you cook it for. I want this well done, yeah? So this is why I like adding that water in there. Some people like it a bit pink or bloody. That is not for me. That is not the way I was. I didn't grow up eating it like that, yeah? So what I'm gonna do is let that go now with that little bit of water, and it's gonna cook all the way through. Sup, soldiers? Listen, if you enjoy this recipe, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and click that bell notification thing. If you've made the recipe, take a picture and send it to me. Email address down here. I mean, trying to tell people the email address, them butts will take the address and do all kind of thing with it. And tag me on Instagram at Caribbean Pot. I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for being in my kitchen with me today. Irene. It's been about 6 minutes now. It's nice and firm, it's tightened up. Any sort of red that you're seeing there on camera, that is the skin from the tomato. Just be mindful of that. If you wanted a little bit of gravy, you can finish it off here. What I like doing at this point is chives. I love some fresh chives just to finish it off, and that chive will have that sort of garlic undertone. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. It's up to you now. Taste it for salt. Adjust the salt to your own liking. If you want to burn up all the liquid completely, Mommy would, she would burn off all the liquid completely. It's totally up to you. It's fully cooked. Taste it for salt. Adjust it. If you wanted to add a habanero or Scotch bonnet or any sort of spicy pepper in there during the cooking process, I would add it at the very start with the onion, garlic, and tomato. But I do hope you get the opportunity to give this one a try. Stewed chicken livers, sort of a take on what Mommy would make for us. Yeah, as kids we ate liver. Nice flavors in there, boy. Irie? Irie.